It's about time.
What's up guys, welcome to this week's top 10. This time we're counting down the top 10 best openings in games, starting with number 10, Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception. In the opening sequence, Drake and Sully find themselves in a bit of a scruff in an old English pub in the middle of foggy London town. They have to punch their way out of trouble, and the entire sequence culminates with Drake taking on a mountain of a man in the bathroom. Luckily, Drake uses his wits and gets the upper hand to win the fight. An epic sequence, and it's our number 10. Sticking with the British theme, and at number 9 we have none other than 007 GoldenEye. The opening level on the N64 version was none other than the dam that was right above the government facility, and you had to infiltrate it without setting off any alarms. It was an epic little intro sequence, and it ends with James Bond basically jumping off the dam and killing himself. Look mom, no bungee cord. For some reason he just floats down and lands safely in the government facility below, and then goes about killing and blowing up everything he sees. At number 8 we have the opening sequence to God of War 3. Right at the beginning of the game, the three titans are climbing up Mount Olympus to get their sweet revenge. Our good man Kratos is riding on the back of Gaia. He also wants a piece of the action, but unfortunately their plans get interrupted by a few spawning enemies. It's up to Kratos to kick ass, and things go pretty pear-shaped pretty quickly. The whole sequence ends with an insane battle with Poseidon that you simply have to see to believe, and it's incredibly awesome. At number 7 we have the cargo ship mission from Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. It was the first time the Call of Duty series took a step into a futuristic setting, and it was the right step to take. The mission sees you sneaking around the cargo ship, taking out bad guys left, right and center, till eventually you find a bomb and you need to get your ass the hell out of there. The entire ship's basically capsizing, and you have to make a leap of faith and grab your buddy's hand just in time in a cinematic fashion. At number 6 we have the tanker level from Metal Gear Solid 2. The sequence starts with Snake doing a backflip off the George Washington Bridge to try and stop some terrorists on a tanker. You don't get much more patriotic than that, guys. Unfortunately, things don't go to plan, not only in the story but for the game. Kojima did a rope-a-dope on players, and you end up playing as a completely different character after the sequence wraps up. It's still an amazing and memorable sequence though, minus the fact that you only play Snake for like 3 hours. Coming in at number 5, we have the Joker escort mission from Batman Arkham Asylum, which is probably the best Batman game in the Arkham series. The game starts with you catching the Joker, and then you have to escort him basically to his prison cell through the asylum. While you're doing it, you get to take in all the sights and sounds and actually see some of the other villains you'll be facing up later in the game. It's quite an epic sequence indeed, until obviously something goes horribly wrong. I don't know what you're gonna do, Batman, but someone gonna get punched in the face real good. At number 4, how can we not have The Last of Us? The sequence starts with you playing as Joe's daughter, and then the emotional roller coaster begins. And anyone that plays it will know that by the end of it you will be bawling your eyes out. You try to escape the town, but things don't go as planned. Unfortunately, well, getting a little emotional just thinking about it. You're gonna have to play the game to find out what happens at the end. Oh my gosh. At number 3 we have another Naughty Dog title in the form of Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. I tell you what, Naughty Dog sure know how to do an opening, and they did it no better than the train sequence from Uncharted 2. I think at the time, sequences that were this cinematic and epic were pretty rare, and that's why it kind of stuck with me. This sequence sees you trying to escape a train that is borderline falling off a cliff. You make it just in the nick of time because you are Drake, and Nathan Drake, as we know, is a total badass. At number 2, we have the epic plane crash from the sleeper hit BIOSHOck. After your plane goes into the sea, you manage to find a nearby lighthouse, but the lighthouse turns out to be an entrance to an underwater utopia called Rapture. Once inside Rapture, you realize that the last sequence you just played was probably the best opening sequence you will ever play in your life. However, it's not, because that goes to our number 1, which is the TRAM sequence from Half-Life. Half-Life basically wrote the book on how to make a good first-person shooter. The game starts with you playing as Gordon Freeman, a scientist who's basically just commuting to work. Once the tram ride ends, you get to the Black Mesa facility, and then you can do whatever you want. You can walk around, speak to the other scientists, You can go to the cafeteria and blow up some poor guy's instant noodles in the microwave. You just kind of mosey around. Eventually, you can carry on with the story, but it was one of the first games that kind of did that sort of, do as you feel vibe in the beginning of a game. It was so cool, and obviously minigames copied it since then, but Half-Life was the grandfather of awesome. And that is why it's my number one of the best opening sequences of all time. If you like my top 10 list, let me know what you think in the comments below. Remember, these are just my personal comments. If you disagree, let me know. I want to hear. Blah, blah, blah.